One of the things that still shocks me about living in Korea, so this here is a thing you walk through to see whether or not you're too fat. My bum is okay. Different standard for health and a different standard for beauty. They serve food in these stainless steel bowls, which in the West we kind of associate with dog food. Everything's fermented. Look at this. Fermented, 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 fermented. Actually, I've got a few comments before on the channel just saying like, oh, you shouldn't eat too much bread, it's really bad for you. People in Korea think that bread is really unhealthy for you. It's kind of seen as like junk food or dessert. Let's go check out the rock pools. Another reason why I've chose to move here is just whenever I go anywhere, even in my own city, I can always find places of wonder and places of real calm. Welcome to Ulsan. This might be the last big city in Korea that I haven't visited yet, and so far I'm impressed. It's absolutely beautiful here. The opportunity to sit outside and eat al fresco, my style. Roseman has just said, get in the car. I've organised cafes, place for you to eat a sandwich, place for you to eat Thai food, and a place for you to go thrift shopping and see an ocean view. So that's what we're doing today. Roseman's taking us on a tour, but I'll be your guide. Ulsan is in the southeast of Korea. It's not too far from Busan. Let's see what we can see. We came to eat my favourite, Thai food. Oh, I'm excited. I got pad Thai. Of course, I need a lot of lemon on, as much lemon as you can. Yum, 맛있게 먹어요. Al fresco dining in Korea, not common, so I appreciate it. I love coming to places like this because with the pine trees and the ocean, no matter what season it is, it always looks beautiful and green. It's beautiful. It's like a postcard or like an art noir film.
You are the only person who read the explanations.
Me?
I think so.
Yeah, well, you know me, I'm a history buff. It says here this is the first sunrise in Korea. You can see the first sunrise in Korea here. But I thought, was it like Homigot? Homigot in Pohang?
Yeah, I think so.
They said that was the first sunrise.
Well, it says
So it sounds like they might be beefing.
Yes,
I reckon they're
competition.
beefing. One of the things that still shocks me about living in Korea is the way they talk about people who are fat or overweight. So this here is a thing you walk through to see whether or not you're too fat. Literally this one here says like, are you from Earth? Like, it's kind of like saying, are you an alien? If you can't fit through that, you're an alien, which is crazy because I'd say there's a lot of people who are relatively healthy in my home country that wouldn't be able to fit through that. Anyway, it's just really interesting. It's a different standard for health and a different standard for beauty here. Something that still shocks me, and it shocks me that people talk about it so much. Anyway, let's see what I can fit through. Oh, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, my glasses. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Oh. This one, it's not going to be this. My bum will go, but my boobs won't go through. Are you rolling? It looks like, when you look at it like this, it looks like my hips are the biggest part, but it's not. Ah.
예. 고맙습니다. 그런 생각이 있었는데.
Oh, cute. Oh, honey, they're matching.
어떻게 드릴까요? 고맙습니다.
No matter how long I live in South Korea, this still surprises me. Ask a stranger to take your photo and suddenly they become your own personal photographer. They even use portrait mode and different angles to get the best shot for you. Before you know it, you've got better photos than the ones your friends take. It's really funny, but also really heartwarming. It's beautiful. Everyone here is just enjoying the day out. There's people with their animals, people with their family taking pictures. And I guess we are too. You know what we should bring back? The art of letters. That's one thing, whenever I talk to my grandmother, I always email her and she sends me really long messages. I think it's like she would have sent letters back in the day. I don't know. But anyway, we should bring back letters. I think it's fun. Let's go to the post office.
이제 버리세요. 떨어져요.
사람들 어차피 여기 기다려가지고.
했어요? It's just a post box. It's an old one. Since the 70s. I found the way to see the ocean. Let's go check out the rock pools. Wow. 어서 오세요. 바나나 우유입니다. 도와드릴게요. We found this park and it's got all of these really cool characters made out of scrap metal. So car parts, machine parts and things like that, which is really fitting for an industrial city like Ulsan. There's even this centerpiece, this cool robot transformer thing that's actually even got solar panels built in, which means that it absorbs all the sunlight during the day and at night time it lights up this entire park. How cool! Ding, ding, ding. It looks like SpongeBob, doesn't it? I wonder how many kids are drunk out of that. A few, I think. It's giving Lord of the Rings mixed with Mad Max. I'm scared. Kids are scared of this, surely. The thing is though, I guess they all kind of look like this without paint. Also, I noticed, honey, did you notice? Most of the girl dinosaurs, they have a designer handbag. Welcome to Korea. Look. Did you notice that? No, wrong way. Wow. Well, we literally spent an hour and a half at this park enjoying. I think sometimes these kind of parks can be a little lame, but this one was literally so well done. I would literally come here and like play and walk around if I lived nearby.
I'm a kid.
But you're an adult, so you can do whatever you like. Even better.
Even better.
Even better. Okay, we've checked into our hotel. Now, we couldn't really afford anywhere like with a nice view, so we've booked somewhere sort of in the middle of, not an industrial area, I think, but that suits us just fine. Now we're gonna go get something to eat. I'm not sure what. Maybe some meat, barbecue. That'll keep Rosevan happy. Let's go. I love ginkgo trees. We say ginkgo tree in English. But in Korean, unhaengnamu. Unhaengnamu like bank trees. I don't know why we say the Japanese word. Anyway, but I think they're really beautiful in all seasons. When they're yellow, when they're light green, when they're dark green, when they got no leaves. Wow, look at this flower shop. Wow. Beautiful. Pretty. This kind of place still gives you a culture shock. You can see this kind of place in many markets and things. right? It's interesting. I love it this time of year. The light is so good at this time of day and even late into the evening. We haven't even eaten dinner yet and it's still really light. I like it.
Golden hour.
Golden hour, yeah. Is this our golden hour, Roseman?
I think so.
Ulsan is famous for these kinds of trees. I call them cheese trees because they look like loaded fries or broccoli with like a lot of cheese on it. Not like Korean cheese, like cheese we have in Australia, like pecorino. Not that that comes from Australia, but it's popular in Australia. Pecorino, right, honey? Like a herbed toast with pecorino. Herbed omelette covered in pecorino, isn't it? We're gonna eat mengsam, frozen pork belly. Kind of feels like this place is like a old style place. Like even they've got this cabinet right here with the mother of pearl craft on it. 감사합니다. 혹시 제로.
Perfect, honey.
Chok. Chok. Roseman likes a lot. I like a little. I like little to none.
What is this, honey?
That's for Roseman. This place, it has no ventilation. Is it the best samgyeopsal bunch I've had in my life? I'll be honest, no. But it's a vibe. Like, I don't know, I feel really comfy. I feel like I can sit here for hours and just talk and have a drink. And also, I like how they've got like sort of like old style vibe. They've got this mother of pearl art here. It's all the bunch on the side dishes are self-serve. Just relaxed. I feel good. Roseman feels same. Like it's a vibe here actually. They've got like really old music playing in the background on video, on loop. What more could you want? Yeah, Koreans will know. This is like a place, isn't it? It's a vibe. I don't know, it's weird. This place is kind of giving me like a vibe I felt like when I first came to Korea. I don't know what it is, like the feeling, like when you first come to Korea, but this place gives me that vibe. It's actually a really nice vibe. I haven't felt this in a long time. Now we're going to enjoy our meal. Enjoy! I wish you could taste it and feel the vibe. Maybe you can feel the vibe through the video. I hope so. Oh, I love when you barbecue the kimchi. I used to not like this at all. I used to not even like kimchi, but like I used to especially not like it when you make it like barbecue. But now, yum. Just yum. The pork fat runs down. So good. A little bit of carcinogen. Yum. It's actually really yum. Take back what I said about the banchan. I like that. I guess like I'm not sure exactly how long I'm going to stay here in Korea, but you know, this kind of place is the kind of thing you can't experience in Australia. It's only in Korea. Just kind of humble food. You know, I think sometimes the reason why like historically Korean food hasn't been really popular overseas is because usually the way it's served is quite humble. They serve food in these stainless steel bowls, which in the West we kind of associate with dog food, literally. But obviously it's not. It's for humans, of course not. But I guess like it's quite humble compared to say Japan, where they serve things like always in this focus on beautiful pottery and this kind of thing. So it's kind of, I think when it comes to Korean food, it's more of a flavour culture than a showing culture. But this kind of humble food, I really like. Yeah, sorry, this is burning, right? Uh-oh. Should I get off? Pork and cooked kimchi. Then I'm going to dip it in the salt oil. Let's eat. One of the main things that made us decide to come to Korea is just that for us, health is wealth. And I think overall, we're much healthier in Korea, and that's just because healthy food is generally much more affordable and much easier to get. Whereas in Australia, if you want healthy food, you have to make it. It's oftentimes more expensive to cook at home than it is to just go out. Maybe that's true or not true. But when you do go out, it's also like almost always junk food. Whereas in Korea, even something like this, I'm not saying it's the most healthy food ever. It's like, you know, fried, the fattiest part of pork, kind of barbecued. But all the sides and vegetables and things like that, overall, it's quite healthy. And I feel healthy here. My skin is better, my hair is better, my nails are better. I'm just healthier here. And for us, this is actually extremely important. Health is wealth, you know? You know, there are things in Australia that are more healthy, like the air quality, but the food quality, I think, is better in Korea. Koreans might be surprised to find that. We ordered 중국장, which is like kind of like doenjang, but like more aged kind of vibe. This one's actually really nice. It doesn't have any meat in it, which is to be expected because it's cheap, but it has a lot of tofu, and I love tofu. I would rather eat tofu than meat a lot of the time. So, yeah, it's actually quite nice. I prefer 중국장 to doenjang actually. Definitely has a more strong, like fermented flavor. It's hard to describe. Like, I think at the heart of Korean cuisine, which makes it different from other cuisines in the world, is it's fermented. Everything's fermented. Look at this. Fermented, 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 fermented. True, right? So it's hard to describe what that flavor is. Sometimes like a little bit like almost like a spicy, bubbly taste, but also like a salty taste. Interesting. I don't know how to describe the taste. It's just fermented, right? Anyway, it's yummy. More earthy. Roseman. You got guksu, you got noodles. Morda Cafe. It says here, this has been here since 1957. It's kind of like a dabang, like an old style Korean cafe. It looks cool, right? Anyway, I ate so well. My mood 분위기 너무 좋습니다. I love eco-brutalism. I love that. Oh, this place is old too. Samgyetang and Blue Ribbon. Good morning. So today on Roseman's plan to go all around Ulsan, he's found me somewhere to eat a sandwich and coffee for breakfast. Thank you, Roseman. He knows me too well. I like relaxing mornings, just spending time drinking coffee and reading books. This is what I normally spend my weekends doing, both here and in Australia. At the moment I'm reading a book by last year's Nobel Prize winner. Just enjoying. I'm trying to read all of the Nobel Prize winners in succession. It'll take me a while, I think. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. We got some jamon puree, I think in English. Anyway, and then what did you get? Like an avocado ciabatta? Looks good. And Roseman even got freshly squeezed orange juice, which is his favourite. You will like this. It's not common to see freshly squeezed pure orange juice in Korea, so really nice to get. And nice coffee too. Now I'm going to enjoy. Something I still find really interesting living in Korea is that people in Korea think that bread is really unhealthy for you. It's kind of seen as like junk food or dessert. But in Australia, it's like actual lunch, breakfast, not really breakfast, usually lunch kind of food. And it's part of a perfectly balanced diet. Actually, I've got a few comments before on the channel just saying like, oh, you shouldn't eat too much bread, it's really bad for you, like you'll like put on weight if you keep eating bread. But for me, like it's got a similar amount of carbs to rice and a bit more protein, so it's fine, and I don't eat it that often anyway. It's not a matter of preference, I guess. Just kind of an interesting cultural difference. And something else is, when I first moved to Korea for the first year, I hardly ever ate foreign food. I mainly just ate Korean food because I love Korean food, that's no secret. But I feel like over the last year or so, I've just found myself leaning more and more towards wanting to eat foreign food. Like, when I say foreign food, I mean the kind of foods we get back home. But also, I guess in Australia we eat foreign foods like Mexican and Indian and Chinese and that kind of thing. And I don't know why, maybe it's just like after being away for a few years, I just miss the kind of taste that we can get at home. Anyway, I really enjoyed having a sandwich for breakfast.
쳐달랬는데 다른 사람은 그냥 가버렸다.
Dangerous하니.
Really clean, do.
네. 사악하니.
Suck.
Links.
That's not suck. Suck is big.
스피커니. 오, 푸마.
Sulto. We don't have time to go. We spent like 4 hours walking to and from the car to get to, what's it called? Daewang. Great King.
I don't know.
Great King Cancer. Smells like whiskey. But tastes like coffee. You know, I don't really like alcohol, but I like whiskey. But whiskey barrel coffee is so good. I think it's just like, it has like such a nice sort of like scent. Like this kind of like really woody, masculine oak, I guess, barrel scent. But it just tastes like coffee. A little sweet. Yum. This one. Look at that one. Chocolate. That actually looks good. Usually I just have to go. Like that girl. Kanegi. So I've just stumbled upon this little historic site, and it's the site of a magistrate during King Sejong the Great's reign. It's been restored in the 1980s, and it's just like the most beautiful city oasis. If I lived in Ulsan, I would come here all the time. It's beautiful here. So just relaxing. If I was working in the city, lunchtime, perfect spot to come here. I want to live here. Can I move in? Not allowed? Look at that massive umning. When we were walking up here, I said to myself, this is the perfect spot for a PC bung. And I was like, oh, there's no PC bung up here. Wait, there's PC bung. And there's not many people here because it's time to go home for dinner, right? Oh yeah, 5:40. It's time to go home for dinner. There's actually a lot of equipment up here. There's it's just literally full of stuff up there. There's chairs, there's everything. Can you see all the gear? There's just stuff everywhere. Another reason why I've chose to move here is just, I feel like in the city even, whenever I go anywhere, even in my own city, I can always find places of wonder and places of real calm nearby. And this is a really good example of that. Somewhere not planned, just walking through, and you can just find somewhere historic, and really it makes me feel at peace. This is important. It's an important part of health, I think, too, just feeling calm. I love the gates. And this time of year, where Buddha's birthday is coming, and so all of the rainbow lanterns just lead you right up the path to the temple. And I need an umbrella. The trees will protect me. Welcome to Songnamsa. We've come to enjoy a beautiful temple. This temple is really special because it's famous for having many lady monks. I don't know any other word for it in English. How can I say, like a female monk, I guess. And so far we haven't seen any male monks here. I don't know if there is any. All female monks, which is really cool to see. Interestingly too, I've noticed a lot of the signs here seem to have been updated and probably translated by ChatGPT, which is good, like don't get me wrong. Like AI is the future, especially for translations. But I do think that there's a space for, in Korea, like I've said before, where when you're translating something from Korean into English, you need to provide more information so it makes sense to a non-Korean audience. Like, for example, like here, they're talking about a Saraya hole. What is that? Like an interest in Buddhism, I don't know what it is. I'm assuming that's where you put the relics. Secondly, the zone of the stylo bait. What is that? I'm highly educated. I have no idea what that is. Anyway, interesting, but I wish like there was kind of more information. Especially, I think the reason why this kind of pagoda is so special. I notice in many temples, like there's kind of this like really focal point on these stone pagodas, which are absolutely beautiful. And I think the reason why is because usually they have relics of Buddha inside, like something that's said to like have the essence of Buddha inside it, which makes the temple a holy place. But secondly, because these are likely some of the only parts of the temple that are actually original to when it was constructed. Usually because it's been destroyed by fire, wars, and also just time. This temple is over 1,000 years old. But I also wish there was something to make historical Korean things more engaging, especially for a younger generation like myself or younger, which is giving us a little quest. Maybe explaining, firstly, why this is relevant, like why we should care about this. Somehow put that in a nice way. Like, why is this important? Why is this an important thing to learn about? But secondly, also learning maybe making a challenge for children. Like, for example, on this pagoda, there are 10 animals. Can you find them all? What are their names? I don't know. Even for me, as an adult, I would do that quest. And this is a big cultural difference between Korea and my country anyway. I don't know about America, other countries like that. But I think in Korea, there's kind of this emphasis on if you can use big words, you're more intelligent, and people think, oh wow, you're so smart because you can use a big word. Whereas in Australia, I'm highly educated, I'm a lawyer, something we're trained in is actually how to explain things simply. That's part of my job, is to explain a really complex thing with a lot of big long words in a really simple way. And so I think for me, a mark of intelligence is actually being able to explain something complex, but explain it using simple words and give the overall point without having to go too into details. And so I kind of wish that a lot of these historical explanations in Korean would actually do this. You might notice on this channel, I don't really use big long words or difficult words, or I use pretty simple English. And this is because I prefer to show my intelligence through my original ways of thinking rather than by using extremely long words. Does that make sense? Anyway, I don't mean to criticize, I'm just meaning to point out some cultural differences that I think you might find interesting. My point is, maybe if you're learning English through the channel, you don't need to learn big long words. Just learn about how to use simple words to explain big concepts, because this is what English speakers do. One thing I really love about Korean temples is that it's always a pilgrimage to get there. We're walking back now, but you can kind of see this really long road. We had to walk from the car park up to the temple. And it's always kind of misty and green and just beautiful, and it's always so enjoyable. I think they're constructed like that on purpose to kind of give you kind of a moment to think on the way up to the temple. Also, I have to say, the month of May is the best time to visit Korea, in my opinion, but also to visit temples. I think they're great at nighttime or during the day, because you can see all of these rainbow lanterns lighting the path up to the temple to say happy birthday to Buddha. Actually, my other tip that I have for Korea is whenever we go on a road trip, as you know, we go on many road trips here on Rose Road, and it's going to be raining, we always use the rainy day to go to a temple. Usually the trees provide the most beautiful coverage, so even though we have an umbrella and it's raining, I don't really need it because the rain is the trees provide the umbrella, but also it gives like this really beautiful misty mood, just a perfect place to come and relax. And also the mountain streams usually are full of water, so it's quite relaxing just hearing that water sounds of nature. Now I'm hungry, and on the way to the temple, right near the car park, I saw a place for ongshimi, which is kind of like a potato dough soup, but it's memul ongshimi, so it's going to be like vegetarian because we're near a temple. Usually foods near temples are vegetarian or vegan, because monks are vegan. Vegan or vegetarian? Actually, I don't know. Vegetarian I'm going to go with. But yeah, 메밀 옹심이 should be like a potato and flour dough soup, which is really yummy, one of my favorites. Let's go eat. It's a little bit cold today, so let's go warm up. 가자. Restaurant sighted. 메밀 칼국수. Oh no, the place looks shut. Like gone. My heart is broken. I really wanted 옹심이. No, the restaurant's shut after saying I was really excited to go. It's the thing with Korea, sometimes things change so fast, even if it looks like it's open and it says on Naver that it's open. You can just arrive to the place and it's completely shut down. Things change fast here, which is so sad. Me. So I guess we'll go back to the car and see if we can find something else.